Here we are on the 7th Peter Peebles Golf Club, short par 3, and what we're going to discuss today is 3 tips why you get steep in transition. Transition means from the top of the backswing until you actually make an attempt at the golf ball, hit the golf ball, okay? So what I mean by the term steep, okay? So if you've not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. The more likes you get on the video, then the more it can be published around YouTube and more people can view it, okay? So anyway, I see quite a lot of golfers, and the term steep, they don't really understand the association with steep and shallow, okay? So steep, think about steep, really steep, when the shaft, so the butt end of the club gets pointing too much towards the ground, okay? So shallow meaning the butt end points out in front. Steep is when the club is too vertical, okay? So there's a lot of problems that can be associated with coming steep, but the reason why people get steep, okay, is it's the biggest fault in golf, a biggest fault I see, is the channel of different movements, okay? So normally to create power, you would use your core and your lower body, okay? A lot of golfers don't use their lower bodies efficiently like, and then they use the bigger muscles too much, okay? So the shoulders get disjointed from the body, the hips stop turning. But anyway, that's pretty technical if you were asking me. But what I'm going to highlight is, the first what we're going to talk about is when people, golf is a game of equal and opposite, okay? So if we do something in the take, we have to do the opposite to that on the downswing, okay? So too many golfers get into a position where they think they're taking the club back horizontally. So meaning they're taking the club back too far on the inside. If they take the club back too far on the inside, we've all taught that, okay? We've all been taught that if you take the club in the inside, you're going to shallow downswing, okay? Not necessarily. It's the complete opposite in my opinion, okay? So if you've heard of David Ledbetter, his book advocates the A-swing. We take the club back almost outside the hands, club head outside hands, flex the right wrist, okay, so you add the wrist cock with the right wrist. From there, the club shaft should match our spine angle, okay? But anyway, the first fault is when people take the club, we'll come back to that. First fault was when people take the club too far on the inside, okay? So, as we're talking about this equal and opposite aspect, if we go too far on the inside, something has to give to try and get the club back on the desired target line, okay? So if I was swinging 20 degrees to the right, so I'm swinging 20 degrees from the inside, what do I have to do to actually hit the ball? If I come back on that arc or that radius of the swing, I'm going to have the club face miles to the right, okay? The club face is going to be miles open, okay? Vertically on the way back, okay? So vertically meaning we set the club nice and early on the way back, okay? So if we set the club nice and early on the way back, the club can shallow out properly, okay? So the butt end goes from this position, point straight to the ground. Try and get the butt end of the club pointing towards your right toe, okay, on the way back. You can try this, by the way. If it doesn't work, then you can try it again. Take the club back. From there, the butt end should point down at the foot or somewhere in between target line and foot, okay, so in this radius or this area. Then you can shallow the downswing, okay. Too many golfers who go back on the inside, then from there, the butt end of the club's pointing too far towards where they're going out in front of them, too far out in front, and then from there the shaft has to get steep to actually create any momentum or any freedom. So we set the club up early, so set the club head outside our hands. From there the shaft should match our spine angle, okay, and it's very easy to lay the shaft down, okay. So people say, oh, whatever you do with the arms can shallow the golf swing. Not necessarily, okay. So if you don't associate with turning your body in relation to the arms, okay, meaning, for example, people drag the handle, okay, what happens from there is if I take the club back and inside and try and drag the handle, I'm having to come over the top of the swing path to actually hit the golf ball, meaning steep, okay. So let's that shot here. We're setting the club nice and early. If we set the club nice and early, so the shaft will never do the same thing, okay. So if we go back and on the inside, the shaft has to go outside to actually hit the golf ball, okay. If we go outside, that shaft has to drop in to actually hit the golf ball. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the shaft to go outside, then shallow it nice and easy on the downswing. Let's try that, okay. Set the club head outside hands, drop it so you can feel the club dropping. So the more vertically it goes, the more chance gravity is going to bring the club down, okay, or set the club or lay it down. That's actually a pretty good shot, okay. So what we talked there was getting the club more vertical on the way back, set the club early. Feel like the handle moves more in, okay, the handle moves in, but the club head moves outside, okay. The butt end of the club comes in the way, the handle or the butt end comes in the way, the club head stays outside the hands, and from there we create a bit of wrist cock in the right wrist. Okay, that keeps the club nice and short. It keeps the backswing a little bit short. You can flatten the club coming down. Okay,